It is high noon on September 24, 2010, and the Friday edition of the Daily Journal is upon the streets. Mike Frey here with News at Noon guest host Michelle Chorski. Michelle, pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you.
Okay, she is a student at Loyola of Chicago. She's from Aurora, however, she has much family here in the Kankakee and Herscher areas. That's a brief introduction. Michelle, what else do you want to tell our News at Noon crowd about yourself?
I'm a communication studies major up at Loyola, and I am looking into broadcasting, so radio, TV.
Very good. You're in front of the camera now, and that's where you want to stay?
Absolutely.
Is this your first time in front of the camera?
It is.
Whoa, okay, that's kind of neat, because one of these days when you reach the heights of your professional career and you're on NBC Nightly News, you can say it all started right here. Very good. Okay, your career with NBC at least might be off in the future a little bit, but something that is right upon us is this coming weekend, and it means the weekend edition of the Daily Journal. We do have some interesting things, one of which it's harvest season. It's come probably earlier than ever, and I understand it's a very good harvest. And we got kind of a special piece coming in. Our reporter Dennis Yohnka actually was on a corn combine in the Red Oak area yesterday, and he's talking about his experiences. Michelle, have you ever been on a corn combine?
Yes, I have.
You have? Wow. Okay, so you've never been in front of the camera, but you've been on a corn combine. I've never been on a combine. Okay, so different strokes for different folks, I guess. Does this have anything to do with your family being involved in agriculture?
Absolutely. Many uncles, farmers.
Okay, not surprising. As you know, this is a real hub of agriculture down here,
Yes,
so
it is.
you are familiar. Also, we have a piece done by Phil Angelo in the Think section about a drive to bring a James Bond museum to the Moments area. A man named Doug Radine is spearheading this. Any opinions of James Bond?
I'm definitely a James Bond fan. Who doesn't love a little 007 action?
Do you have any of the actors who portrayed Bond as your favorite?
We'll have to go with the original.
Sean Connery. Sean would be my favorite too, in part because I've liked him in many other roles away from that of 007, but I do indeed like him. Other things to look forward to this weekend: Moments Oktoberfest. Let's go again. Mantino Oktoberfest. Get your town straight, Fry. And then also the St. Anne Pumpkin Fest. What kind of weather are people going to have? Let's find out by going to Dennis Yohnka.
Hi, this is columnist and writer Dennis Yohnka from the Journal. I'm out here by the Paramount. The Kankakee Valley Symphony Orchestra is putting on a big event here next week, and I kind of wanted to remind you of it. You'll read about it later. Today, oh yes, we are doing weather. Today, it's going to be a high of 76 and a low of 49. It's really fall now. Tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 68 and a low of 50. Sunday, not much different, 67 and 49. So look for some cloudy days coming up, and just feel good that it's really fall now. Back to the newsroom.
Michelle, we are back, and on the cover of our Life section today, we have a story about the end of the summer blues. Summer ends, as it did last Wednesday when fall began, and people just aren't quite as chipper, get a little more depressed. Is this a problem with you?
Definitely takes a little bit of effect, trying to get back the swing of school especially, and less sunshine, more behind the clouds. Definitely takes a little bit of a toll.
I can understand. Now, fall I don't mind so much. It's a fine season, and I like that. It's just the one that's directly behind fall. Winter, that's when my blues come in. I'm not saying you have to keep the sharp objects from me, but I'm definitely not as chipper in January as I am in July. That'll do it for the News at Noon today. You can subscribe to the Daily Journal by calling 815-937-3322. You can also pick it up at the newsstands. Now, before we go, Michelle, was this so hard, or was it a pretty easy thing to do?
That was great.
It was great. See that, you News at Nooners? You know, all she did, I did not meet Michelle before today. She sent me an email. I responded to it. We arranged for her to be on the News at Noon. Here she is. You can do the same thing by emailing to that address below. I encourage you to do so. Michelle, do you encourage them to do so?
Absolutely.
Okay, you've got one challenge left, though, before you leave the set, and then we need you to sign us off. What do you got for us?
Enjoy the summer while it's still barely here, and fight those blues.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, you did it, okay? Hey.